Hi guys and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the incredible and amazing Jane Mallory Birkin. She was a British and French singer and actress, attained international fame and notability for her decade-long musical and romantic partnership with Serge Gainsbourg. She also had a prolific career as an actress, mostly in the French cinema. A native of London, Birkin began her career as an actress, appearing in minor roles in Michelangelo Antonioni's Blow Up and Kaleidoscope. In 1968, she met Serge Gainsbourg while co-starring with him in Slogan, which marked the beginning of a years-long working and personal relationship. The duo released their debut album Jane Birkin Serge Gainsbourg in 1969, and Birkin also appeared in the controversial film Je t'aime moi non plus in 1976 under Gainsbourg direction. Though she mostly worked in France, where she had become a major star, Birkin occasionally appeared in English-language films such as The Agenda, Agatha Christie adaptation Death on the Nile, and Evil Under the Sun, as well as James Ivory's A Soldier's Daughter Never Cries. After separating from Gainsbourg in 1980, Birkin continued to work as both an actress and singer, appearing in various independent films and recording numerous solo albums. In 2016, she starred in the Academy Award-nominated short film La Femme et le TGV, which she said would be her final film role. She lived mainly in France from the late 1960s and onwards and would acquire French citizenship. She was the mother of photographer Kate Barry, with her first husband John Barry, actress and singer Charlotte Gainsbourg, with Serge Gainsbourg, and musician Louis Dillon, with Jacques Dillon. In addition to her acting and musical credits, she also lent her name to the Hermès Birkin handbag. Now, it's really sad for me to actually say this, but she really sadly died and departed just a few days ago since when this video has been made. So whilst I'm making this video, literally 2 days ago, she has passed away, and I couldn't be more saddened by this because she's such an incredible icon and such a beautiful and lovely woman, actress and creative individual, and I just wanted to make this video in her memory and kind of honor it and her life and career. She was born on December 1946 in Marylebone, London. Her mother, Judy Campbell, was an English actress best known for her work on stage, and her father, David Birkin, was a Royal Navy lieutenant commander and World War II spy. Her brother is a screenwriter and director, Andrew Birkin. Birkin was also raised in Chelsea and described herself as a shy English girl. She said that she was bullied for her looks. I suffered a lot because of my physique, especially at boarding school. The others said I was half boy, half girl. I had no breasts, not even a developing bosom. It was horrible. Her middle name, Mallory, was invented by her mother, partly inspired by the name of Arthurian author Sir Thomas Mallory. Birkin attended Miss Ironside schools in Kensington. She was also educated at Upper Chine School, Isle of Wight, and at the age of 17 she met composer John Barry, whom she married in 1965, and had her first daughter Kate in 1967. After Barry left for the United States, the couple divorced in 1968 and Birkin returned to live with her family in London. She began auditioning for film and television roles in England and Los Angeles. She emerged in the swinging London scene of the 1960s, appearing in an uncredited part in the Knack and How to Get It in 1965. She also had a small role in Michelangelo Antonioni's Blow Up, in 1966 as a blonde model. At the time, the movie gained notoriety because of Birkin's nude scene, which she later said she did because John Barry had told her she would not have the courage to show up naked on set. Birkin also said that on the day of her audition, she had no idea who Antonioni was. She had a more substantial role in the counterculture era film Kaleidoscope and appeared as a fantasy-like model in the psychedelic film Wonderwall. In 1968, she auditioned for her lead female role in the French film Slogan. Though she did not speak French, she won the role, co-starring alongside Serge Gainsbourg, and she performed with him on the film theme song La Chanson de Slogan, the first of many collaborations between the two. After filming, Birkin relocated to France permanently. She had a role in the French thriller La Piscine in 1969 along Romy Schneider and Alain Delon. She stated that it was this movie which enabled her to stay in France after finishing Slogan. The film saved me and enabled me to stay in France. I just finished Slogan and was due to go back to England. Though her heavy accent in French eventually did prevent her from getting some roles, it turned out to be an asset in her career. As French audiences found it charming, she later stated, "Without my accent, I would have had a different career." In 1969, Gainsborough and Birkin released the duet Je t'aime, moi non plus, I love you, me neither. Gainsborough had originally written the song for Brigitte Bardot. Birkin said it was jealousy that drove her to sing the song. It caused a scandal for its sexual explicitness and was banned by radio stations in Italy, Spain, and the United Kingdom. It's flattering to have the most beautiful song probably in the French language written for you, but how much talent did I really have? Perhaps not that much, Birkin said, reflecting on her working relationship with Gainsborough in 2013. Je t'aime made UK chart history on 4th of October 1969, and the following week on 11th of October the song was at two different chart positions despite being the same song, the same artist and the same recorded version, the only difference being that they were on different record labels. It was originally released on the Fontana label, but due to the controversy Fontana withdrew the record, which was then released on the Major Minor label. Because Fontana's singles were still in the shops along with the Major Minor release, on October 1969 the Major Minor release was at number 3 and the Fontana single at number 16. Also at that time, it was the biggest selling single ever for a completely foreign language record. Birkin appeared on Gainsborough's 1971 album History de Melody Nelson, portraying the Lolita-like protagonist in song and on the cover. Reflecting on being a muse and collaborator of Gainsborough, Birkin commented, "It's very flattering to have the most beautiful songs probably in the French language written for one, but how much talent did I really have? Perhaps not that much." She took a break from acting in 1971 to 72, but returned as Brigitte Bardot's lover in Don Juan, or If Don Juan Were a Woman. The same year, she had a supporting role in the horror film Dark Places with Christopher Lee and Joan Collins. In 1975, she appeared in Gainsbourg's first film as a director, Je t'aime, moi non plus, which created a stir for its frank examination of sexual ambiguity and was banned in the United Kingdom by the British Board of Film Classification. For this performance, she was nominated for a Best Actress César Award. In 1978, Birkin also modeled in trade advertisements for Lee Cooper jeans. She then appeared in the Agatha Christie's film Death on the Nile in 1978 and Evil Under the Sun in 1982, and recorded several albums including Baby Alone in Babylon, Armours Der Feinds, Lolita Go Home, and Rendezvous. She won Female Artist of the Year in the 1992 Victoires de la Musique. She starred in 2 films directed by Jacques Toulon, as Anne in La Fille Prodigie and as Alma in La Pirate, nominated for a César Award. This work led to an invitation from Patrice Chateau to star on stage in La Fuse Suivante by Marivax and Nanterre. She worked with director Herbert Vassell on Egon Schiele Excess and Bastrafunk in 1980, appearing as the mistress of Austrian artist Egon Schiele, played by Mathieu Carrière. Jacques Rivette collaborated with her in Love on the Ground and La Belle Noisette, also nominated for César's Best Supporting Actress. In 1985, she co-starred with John Gielgud in Live Au Fair. She also appeared in Merchant Ivory's A Soldier's Daughter Never Cries in 1998, which also used her song Didoda, and in Mercy Dr. Ray in 2002. The end title song for Le Divorce featured her singing L'Amour, composed by Gainsbourg. In 2006, she played the title role in Electra, directed by Philippe Calvario in France. Birkin recorded the song Beauty on French producer Hector Zazou's album Strong Currents in 2003. The cover art of Have You Fed the Fish by singer-songwriter Badly Drawn Boy features her image and backing vocals by her daughter Charlotte Gainsbourg. In 2006, she recorded and released the album Fictions, and in 2010 recorded a duet, Marie, with the Brazilian singer Sergio Dias, which appeared on We Are the Lilies, an album by Diaz and French band Tahiti Boy and the Palm Tree Family. The album also featured contributions from Iggy Pop and others. In 2016, Birkin appeared in an ongoing campaign by Yves Saint Laurent shot by Heidi Slimane, which featured various female musicians including Marianne Faithfull, Courtney Love, and Joni Mitchell. The same year, she had the lead role in La Femme et le TGV, a short film directed by Swiss filmmaker Timo von Gunten. The film was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Live-Action Short Film. In a 2017 interview, Birkin stated that La Femme et le TGV would be her final acting performance and that she had no plans to return to acting. On March 2017 24th, Birkin released Birkin Gainsborough La Symphonique, a collection of songs Gainsborough had written for her during and after their relationship, reworked with full orchestral arrangements. In September 2017, she performed live in Brussels to promote the album. In 1965, Birkin married British composer and conductor John Barry. They met when Barry cast Birkin in his musical Passion Flower Hotel. Their daughter was photographer Kate Barry. Their marriage ended in 1968. Birkin had a romantic and creative relationship with the French musician Serge Gainsborough, whom she met on the set of Slogan in 1968. They were together for 12 years but never married despite rumors and misreporting to the contrary. She eventually became a French citizen. In 1971, Birkin and Gainsborough had a daughter, actress and singer Charlotte Gainsbourg. They separated in 1980 due to Gainsbourg's alcoholism and violence. She described him as a very difficult man to live with, and said during recording sessions he would scream at her and hit her with a ruler if she could not sing a part. She took credit for helping him develop his style later in life, saying, "It's all about me, he listened to me a lot." On 4th of September 1982, she gave birth to her third daughter, Lou Dillon, from her relationship with director Jacques Dillon. She said, "Meeting Jacques was a real turning point in my career. In my private life, after I left Serge, Jacques and I lived together for 13 years and had Lou." They separated in the 90s. The Observer reported in 2007 that Dillon could not compete with her grief for Gainsbourg, who died in 91, and that she had lived alone since their separation. Birkin said that Dillon lost interest in casting her in his movies, and she felt pain for Jacques going off with all these young girls, making all these films all the time. Later, Birkin had a relationship with French writer Olivier Rollin. In 2002, she was diagnosed with leukemia and underwent rounds of treatment. Birkin often spent time with her grandchildren. Her daughter, Kate Barry, died in December 2013 after falling from a fourth-floor apartment in Paris. Birkin mainly resided in Paris from the late 60s onwards. In 2020, recalling 70s Paris, she said, "It was a time of great innocence, and I don't think social problems were as they are today." On 6th of September 2021, it was reported that Birkin was doing well after having a stroke. On 16th of July 2023, Birkin was found dead at home in Paris. She was 76. No cause of death was given. The premiere of the documentary Jane by Charlotte about Birkin's relationship with her daughter Charlotte on 8th of July 2021 was one of her last public appearances. Birkin's humanitarian interests led her to work with Amnesty International on immigrant welfare and the HIV/AIDS epidemic. Countries she visited included Bosnia, Rwanda, Israel, and Palestine. As a child, Birkin demonstrated in the streets of London against capital punishment, and in the 70s she campaigned for the right to abortion and appeared at the Bobigny trial in support of 4 women accused of having helped the high school student Marie-Claire Chevalier to have an abortion following a rape. Birkin campaigned against the far right in France, participating in a protest denouncing the qualification of Jean-Marie Le Pen in the second round of the 2002 presidential election. In 2017, she performed at a free concert at the Place de la République organized in opposition to Marine Le Pen in the 2017 presidential election. Birkin also demonstrated support for immigrants, denouncing the French government's policy towards undocumented migrants in 2010. The same year, she protested outside the residence of the Minister of Immigration, Eric Besson. She also announced that she was sponsoring a young Congolese who had requested political asylum. In 2015, she marched in Paris in support of refugees. In September 2018, following the resignation of French Environmental Minister Nicolas Hulot, Birkin was one of the 200 artists and scientists who signed up an open letter published on the front page of the daily Le Monde titled "The Greatest Challenge in the History of Mankind," which urged politicians to act firmly and immediately in fighting climate change and the collapse of biodiversity. In the diplomatic and overseas list of the 2001 birthday honors, Birkin was appointed an officer of the Order of the British Empire for services to acting and UK-French cultural relations. she received the order from the Prince of Wales in April 2002. In 2013, she and her daughter Lucy Loan were appointed to the Ordre des Arts et des Lettres et Chevaliers. In 2022, she was raised to the highest rank in the Ordre Commandeur. She was also awarded the French Ordre National du Mérite in 2004 and 2015. She won the Best Actress award at the 1985 Orleans Film Festival for Live au Fair. The jury of the 1985 Venice Film Festival recognized Birkin's performance in Dust as amongst the best of the year, but decided not to award the Best Actress prize because all of the actresses they judged to have made the best performances were in films that won major awards. Dust won the Silver Lion Prize. In 2018, she was awarded the Order of the Rising Sun in the Spring Conferment for her efforts in promoting cultural exchanges between Japan and France. Birkin was described as having carried a hand-woven straw basket from Castro Marim in Algarve, Portugal, everywhere she went, from the market to nightclubs to formal events, until her husband, Jacques Dillon, intentionally ran over it with his car in the early 80s. Fun fact. In the 1983, Hermès chief executive Jean-Louis Dumas was seated next to Birkin on a flight from Paris to London. Birkin had just placed her straw basket in the overhead compartment of her seat, but the contents fell to the floor, leaving her to scramble to replace the contents. Birkin explained to Dumas that it had been difficult to find a leather weekend bag she liked. In 1984, he created a black supple leather bag for her, the Birkin bag, based on the 1982 design. She used that bag initially, but later changed her mind because she was carrying too many things in it. "What's the use of having a second one?" she said laughingly. "You only need one, and that busts your arm. They're bloody heavy. I'm going to have an operation for tendonitis in the shoulder." Nonetheless, Birkin did use the bag for some time. The Birkin bag has, over years, became a status symbol with prices ranging from $10,000 to $500,000. In 2015, Birkin wrote a public letter to Hermès requesting her name to be removed from the bag, stating she wanted the company to debaptize the Birkin Croco until better practices in line with international norms can be put in place, referring to the cruel methods used to acquire the skins for the crocodile variant of the bags. Hermès announced soon afterwards that it had satisfied Birkin with new reassurances on this. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you really have enjoyed the content and like the video. Please share your comments below about her iconic life and career and style and the enigma that she is. Please like and subscribe to support my channel and to stay tuned for more inspiring women to come. I wish you all the best. Take care and bye.